balance. Something that we all crave and desire, but it may not really exist in the way that we think and expect it to. Let's go ahead and get into today's episode. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Soul and Grace podcast. I'm your host Danielle, and if you're new here, welcome in. And if you're returning, come on, gather on in. You know the program by now. Welcome back to another episode. A new week. How y'all doing out there? How are you maintaining right now, baby? Because I'm giving you all the tips I got to stay sane, and I'm afraid the next following thing that I will be recommending to myself and peers is drugs, possibly. But besides that, go ahead, grab a glass and join the conversation, baby. Welcome back to another episode. I need to take a sip. Hold on. I'm sipping on some kombucha. Now, I just want to say that Synergy has the best kombucha. I like the other one. I think it is Health Aid, but I don't drink a lot of kombucha because of these, but I would recommend Synergy over it. This is golden pineapple or something like that. It's pineapple, but it's really good. It's a little bit bitter. I recently tried like the strawberry flavor. That was bomb. It tastes like a strawberry is being juiced directly into your mouth. So definitely try that out. But I needed something with just a little bit of bubbles. Not that I'm trying to cut back, but I'm trying to cut back. Or I'm trying not to. For a minute, I was in a very celebratory space where it's like, okay, I'm gonna open me a bottle of Viore. Issa, baby girl, I just want a case. I don't need to do anything else. I just want a case. Cause yeah, slightly getting over my addiction to Viore. Best prosecco out, if I will. But this is not the type of podcast. This is a self-love and wellness and well-being podcast. So yeah, welcome on in. Oh, and self-improvement. I forgot about that. Welcome on in. Yeah, I hope you guys are maintaining, honestly, because that's what I've just been trying to do. And honestly, we'll talk about it more in the episode. But yeah, welcome back to another episode. Do I have a gotta have it for this week? No. Not really, because I'm in my de-influence era, quite honestly. There is so much pandering going on. Not even that. There's so much pandering I do to my own damn self. You know, there's always something we feel like we need. In reality, it's just a simple, I want this and I can go get it. We really are going to need deep therapy in about 10 years. I give it 10 more years. Just because once more documentaries and stuff come out, I haven't finished the one about overconsumption and like Amazon and all of those things. My sister was here a few months ago and she put me onto that, and it was like, I can't finish this because I love Amazon. I'm like everybody else. I want it and I want it now. And that has to be fixed. So I'm trying to work on that now by only buying what I actually need. And it's not just like a want, unless it's something like I'm rewarding myself. And I caught myself rewarding myself with my VRA and stuff every time. Because yeah, once you start standing on business and, or let me not just be so short and millennial like and say standing on business, but once you really start walking the path that you want to be on and just putting or implementing different goals and stuff, and now you're seeing these goals come to life in your life, you are just gonna feel so amazing because you just want to reward yourself. And I'm in that right now. I am in that right now. I'm holding on to my mic for dear Lord, because I'm using a different mic setup. But I wanted to use a different mic setup because I can hold it. Yeah. Neo Soul album coming soon. Neo Soul coming. It's coming real soon. Not really. Let's go ahead and get into our self-love deck. And I believe we are back at 1. But I kind of want to skip. And I want to go over to number 3, which is, if you're new here, this is the, let me just hold it right, self-love deck. All right. There you go, camera. Self-love deck by a good company. They made another game called We Are Not Really Strangers. I love to play the game with friends and new people. But so for today, I'm going to pull from the future deck. For my newbies, there is a deck for the past, there's a second deck for the present, and a third for the future. So I'm going to go for future, and I'm just going to try to, so as you see, level 3. Woo. Jesus. Interesting question. Today, what will be your worth in a few years? Did I pull from the wrong deck this week? Because I don't feel like that was a good question. Because right now, I just hope my worth is good. My self-worth is in a great place. We'll just go, I wish it was more like, what do you think your self-worth would be? Where would you see yourself? Where do you see, comparing your self-worth for what you see right, or where you are right now to where you want to be in the future? Where do you hope it would be? And I really don't even know how to answer that question. We're going to pull a different card. Should we? Maybe we'll go past. Now I'm really just skipping around in the deck. But we'll just do that. Past. Level 1. Swap it. This might be not a good idea, but hopefully y'all can hear me good. From what I can see over here, it's showing you can. So good. Just hang in there. Oh, wow card. Now, we just talked about this in the previous episode. Wow card. Look at a photo of yourself as a child. What do you see? I can answer that easily right now. What I see, kind of like what y'all see right now, this tree smile, there is not many pictures of me not smiling. So I just see a happy, I don't want to say careless, because when I reflect back on being a kid, I think I just always had like that little voice in the back of my head, and it just, so I won't just say careless, because it's not that I cared, but I was very caring, or not sensitive, but sensitive to what is going on around me, sensitive to experiences, interactions, and just life. Very sensitive and aware. Very sensitive and aware. But beyond that, when I look at myself as a child, or I look at the pictures of myself from when I was a little young girl, I see happiness. I see light. Yeah, just ask me, what do I see? I see happiness and light. And if you go look on shameless plug, go ahead and go follow the Soul and Grace podcast on TikTok, because I made a separate page for it. I'm pretty sure I'm following it from @Soul+Grace, which is my main page for the brand overall. So you can mainly find me on @Soul+Grace if you want to connect with me and follow my journey on a more personal level. But if you're just looking for clips and things about the show, or future events and things for the show, go to the Soul and Grace podcast. I will put that across the street, the Soul and Grace podcast. Should I put it over here? The Soul and Grace podcast. Go ahead and go follow me there. I am also on Instagram. I gotta get a little dark real fast. But yeah, Instagram, I mention all the time on the show, I have a very, me and Instagram be on and off, okay? I don't regularly post on there. So while we didn't have access, because I did delete TikTok off my phone, because they wasn't about to have me on edge, and just like, it already took me 3 years to get on the app because I was afraid. I didn't want them to get my information. Now y'all gonna take it away. But that's where I mostly am active at for my show. So go ahead and go follow me there. You can always find my links and stuff in the description box. So yeah, never be afraid to say hello. Let's see, is there anything else I wanted to talk about? Soul and Grace is hiring for engineers, graphic designers, anyone that can make my life 3 times easier. I am looking for you. So maybe you don't have experience in the podcasting world, but you are willing to learn. You're eager to learn. You will show up on time and be a good job. I got everything. I can show you how things work, and I'm happy to share my knowledge with anyone that is interested in receiving and using it. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into the show. Today in Soul Search, I thought that we would talk about something that I'm sure all of us very much struggle with, and that is simply, how do I find balance in life? And quite honestly, for me, I feel that there is no such thing as balance, and I'm learning that every single day, because life is forever changing. Things forever change. Moods forever change. You forever change. I forever change. The only thing constantly going on is change. In short, I believe that, it's not even that I believe, life has shown me that it's not balance that I'm looking for. Like, it might just be some literal changes in my routine, like a different routine that I'm craving, not necessarily balance. I know according to social media and YouTube, it seems as though all of these other, if you change all of these other parts of your life, for example, the perfect 12-step morning routine, it will get you so far ahead of, or get you so much further ahead than a regular basic morning routine. Even, the skincare thing, the 12-step, 14-step, 15, 20-step skincare routine. I can tell you right now, and we're looking at me through a good camera. I don't have I don't think any of my routines go over 5. And the morning routine, it dang sure is not super special. It's super regular. But no amount of steps is going to bring you complete balance. It's going to bring you comfort, but it's not going to bring you complete balance, because as soon as you have a meeting at 8 a.m. when normally you have training at 7:30 a.m. or something like that, then your whole entire day has to adjust. Your entire weekly schedule might adjust at that point, because you make up your work you make up your workout time on this day instead of this day, or now you have to do your class this day, or now you have to coordinate your schedule to your kids, whatever activities. If you're a parent, you know how that goes. There is no real such thing as balance. But routine, there is that. And I believe that is what we all are craving, or anytime we feel that things are, because I go crazy when things are not consistent, or this damn near the same sometimes. Like, it's almost like a mind, because, hey, what do you mean I gotta change up? Again, especially for me, even being a doula, I can tell you right now, if I have a contract with somebody, and I treat my family's like family. So they damn near come before my family. If we got that contract and that check then cleared, hey, I'm on call. And that can change a lot. And I know for some of the relationships and friendships that I have, like, people probably don't understand, like, oh, why can't you just do what you're gonna do and then switch it up? Because then I have to follow back. I gotta switch the next 7 days around because I decided to go outside of that. So I really try not to bend outside of my norm, but again, that can always change and you have to bend outside of that. So today we're going to talk about a few things or changes that you can make or be aware of so that you could be a little less judgmental towards yourself and your future self, because again, the reality of it all is there is no real thing. It's balance. Your routine, just like, you learn to incorporate whatever you need into your routine, not your routine, your schedule. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into that. If you found yourself craving balance, I want you to consider this one thing. Is it routine that you're craving? So this episode may not be for the people that feel that they have balance in their lives, but this is more so for the people that feel that they are challenged with 15 million things in a day and none of them are getting done, or you're only getting 2 of those things done out of the million things. You just feel swamped and lost, and again, you feel that you're craving balance. And no amount of 13-step morning routines or healthy smoothies or juicing, eating plays a big part in it, but all of these different things, I'm not trying to sell you anything, to teach you or to share that, hey, balance, forget that. You might as well just forget that word, okay? Just forget about the word balance. Just forget about that. Like, we're talking about balance today, but just eliminate the word balance out your life when it comes to your everyday. Because I really think we're all just craving routine in a certain way, because I promise you, it might just be that one little thing, one little tweak, and boom, it doesn't feel like the ship is about to sink. So, what is balance anyways? What is balance? Let me ask Siri. Hey Siri, what is balance? When it is in terms... Oh! No. She's trying to sell my bank account balance. Hey Siri, what is life balance?
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first.
Oh my God, she's still trying to tell me that. I'm just going to look it up real quick. What is life balance? Life balance is the state of having satisfaction and fulfillment in many areas of life, while avoiding negative impacts in others. It involves identifying your values and priorities and investing more time and energy into those areas. Things that Google tells me can contribute to life balance. Also, while I'm reading this off, be sure to check out the description box below for some articles that I tagged down below regarding life balance that are amazing, because we will not cover it all. And I tell my audience all the time, please do your research. While it's still free to go look at things and use the internet in a certain way, not all of it is, there are plenty of things that are censored from us. But before they censor Google, use it to your advantage. Not for stupid stuff. Chat GPT if you need to have someone break it down for you. But check out those links. I did the hard work for you. Check out those links. Check out those articles. And yeah. But so factors that contribute to life balance: involvement, how much time and energy you give to different aspects of your life; competence, how effective you are in various areas of life. How effective are you? And third is feelings. Your experiences in different areas of life, both positive and negative. So we'll come back to that. We will talk about, or check out the links, because again, we might I just start rambling on other stuff, so I put the links down there for y'all. Okay. Number 2 for the factors that I just listed off, as far as how competent are you? I wanted to talk about 5 things that could help you feel like you have a little bit more balance in your life, or like I said, your routine. So number 1, set clear priorities. And I think that is that's the same thing as being competent about, like, what do you want? So with setting clear priorities, you want to figure out what matters to you. And I think we talk about that a lot. I share a lot on the show about things I want to cut out of my life, so that all in all, I feel a little bit more whole. And this is one of those things that you want to, because it could be things that you are doing on a regular. They've been regular to you from a baby to now. Also taking into account of what you grew up around, what your family does, like what your whoever. If you don't spend a lot of time, like for me, I didn't spend a lot of time with my dad's side. I spent more time with my maternal side. So a lot of times when I'm struggling with things, I try to look back and see, like, where did history repeat itself? Is this something I'm dealing with for the first time, or what? Because it helps me have clarity on my priorities, or things that are hurting me that I might not see, and then boom, I see them clear now. So yeah, finding balance is knowing what truly matters to you. And I took that quote from one of the articles that I tagged below in the description box. And I think we only hear this when people talk about dating, but what are your non-negotiables? Especially women, like, we listen to our friends, we watch these shows, we do all these things, we tap into social media, we love talking about what we wouldn't do, but we only apply that to others' experiences or scenarios and things. But how often do you apply it to your everyday life? And I'm trying not to go off on a tangent about that, because I have very strong feelings about women as a whole, because even myself, I was doing that at some point. Women as a whole, we chase, we debate, we talk, we do all of these things that are surrounded around or about other people, places, and things, but rarely analyze our own spaces and lives and things that we want. We rarely do that, but we're doing it for everyone else. Sometimes intentionally, sometimes not intentionally. But in a dating space, women do that so damn much. We do that so damn much. We are only thinking about, what does he want? What does he like? What is going to please him? What is this? None of that damn matters. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter for the fact of, like, if you don't have the answers for those questions for yourself, none of that matters. I don't want to go off on a tangent about that. Okay. What's up? Oh, this is why you have to have an outline, because this whole episode could be about. That's just why we are focused on self-love in ourselves. We are focused on self-love in ourselves, because then dating and seeking partnership becomes so much easier once you know, well, it ain't gonna work for you. Woo. But one of my non-negotiables is definitely, like, family time. I'm gonna kick it with my family. I'm gonna see my family multiple times a year, because I'm distant, but I make it work. I'm gonna talk to them all day on FaceTime if I need to. They are a big part of my life. And I am the big sister. I'm the oldest daughter, the big sister. They matter, okay? Because at some point, I get to inherit all of the stuff that comes with that, right? So, yeah, definitely my non-negotiables are wellness and how people take care of themselves for real, because that's a big importance. And I'm just saying, on your friends and your family. So their wellness is very important. You're not gonna be family if you just destroy yourself all the time, and then you want me to watch you destroy yourself. Absolutely not. Wellness and family are minds. And then so you can journal. Journal. It's gonna help you a lot. Make a list of what your non-negotiables are. Just write out things that, because sometimes it takes experience to figure out, oh, that's a non-negotiable. Like, that's not gonna work for me. This is mm-mm. So write down your top 3 priorities for the week. Or I feel like another thing before that is actually just, what are 3 things that you feel like you don't get done? Then figure out, are those priorities? It might be more, but start with maybe 3 to 5, so you can just take it slow, and then as you go, try this. That doesn't work, swap it out for something else. But write down your top 3 things that you believe you want to focus on. Figure out, are they priorities? Okay, now that we know that those 3 things are priorities, for your month, your week, I mostly recommend starting with your week if you can do it. But if not, do I really recommend that? Because honestly, as a creative, the weekly is not my thing. It's more monthly. Quite honestly, it's more monthly. What are your top, and even for a month, 3 things? If you only accomplish 3 big things, or not if you only accomplish, but if those 3 things can make your month go smoother, what are they? They should be on that list. First, pick apart where you want to begin the work and why. Figure out why you want to adjust or change these things around in your life, why they're of importance. How will these 3 things get you further for the next month, and the next month, and the next month, and the next month? Okay? Figure that out. Again, for me as a creative, I think about monthly or sometimes quarterly, because it works better for me, especially with reporting quarterly, and being in retail and all of these things. So maybe it's like the 3 things that might help you out this quarter or that quarter or whatever. Take it real easy. Be easy on yourself. Don't think of 3 hard priorities that you know are completely out of your scope, and you wasn't really thinking about those things. I think that it is okay to have goals, right? It's okay to dream big, but be realistic, okay? If you never ran a 20, I don't know if a 20K is a real thing. If you never ran a 20K, don't immediately say I'm running a 20K. Start at a 5K, then a 10K, and work your way up. Honestly, who am I to judge? Maybe you do. Maybe you do dream big and you get exactly as far as you want to be. But I say be realistic. 3 priorities that you know you can actually prioritize too. Because if you don't have the time, you don't have the time. Number 2, I'm going to try not to go off on a tangent here. Because again, we live in a very pandering space right now. And every time, even on the wellness side of social media, there is something that you need to do. There is this beautiful woman that I follow on TikTok. Beautiful woman. And every time I open the app and I scroll for a little bit, every time I see her, it's a new something I need to put on my face. Beautiful woman. But when do you have time to put rice water, okra water, turmeric honey mask, seaweed kelp mask, bentonite clay mask? Nobody realistically is doing that with that many options every week, and not every month. You might implement 2 to 3 of those in the rotation, but every week? No. You just don't have time for that. I think when we hear wellness, and this is something like I am currently in a course right now learning about this, because this is not only is this something I'm pursuing outside of this space, I'm trying to have a better understanding of it, because again, wellness is not, it's not just fitness, it's not just spa dates, it's not just face masks, and it's not just your nutrition, even though nutrition plays a big part, but it's like all of those things at one time. But I think there is this, everything has to be perfect about it, and that's not really true. Wellness itself has been packaged up and sold to its highest bidder, and your highest bidder is whoever's willing to chase the next trend. And that's some of us all the time. It's not about your hour-long yoga class, even though stretching is very important. And if you're like me and you're anywhere 25 and up, you need to be stretching every single day, or your knees going to be pop, locking, and dropping. Take it from me. Even though I am very active in everything, after having a kid, if I do not stretch my body out, everything pops. Everything. So don't be like me. Or you don't have to feel like me. Even thinking about it, for example, like for me, I have like my gym, I take my walks, I eat really good, all those things, but I always thought that I'm doing my brand and myself a disservice by not constantly having the camera in front of me proving that I'm doing these things, and this stuff is already incorporated into my everyday life, so I really have nothing to prove. You don't need the camera, you don't need to record every moment of you doing it. You don't need proof that you took care of yourself today. You don't, to show that you're on a wellness journey. You don't. It's fun. I like sharing tips, I like doing those things, and I'm trying to get more comfortable putting a little bit out, but to do it every single day, every single moment, to get a viewer's emotions all riled up, to think that, oh my God, you need to go buy something else because this is going to change your life. And I know it's not going to. I know that it's not going to. Especially what I see from scrolling on the same timelines that y'all are. Most of us are looking for that quick, easy fix. And I'm saying most of us because I think it's just human nature to want convenience, to want convenience, especially in America. Convenience is damn near. Some of y'all only stand for convenience. Back to creating micro moments. Now, these micro moments of wellness, again, while I do think it's imperative to share that these things will not create this leveled space that you, and it's not that there is a feeling of wholeness. Things are working, like they're coming along. Everything is just pacing itself out. It's not balanced, but it's at a pace that we can handle. And again, for me, it's more of a wholeness that I feel. So that's how I want to express it. But taking 5 minutes to pause in between your task. And for me, as you can hear, I'm a very fast talker. I've been trying to learn. I know it's something they try to preach in femininity, but I think that both male and females can take a huge, or could use a huge reminder to pace your damn self. Pace your damn self. Breathe in the moment, because most of the time we're just running, going. And when you stay on the hamster wheel, it creates burnout. But if I just pace myself, or I take those 5 to 10 minutes a day to regather myself, again, I'm not going to feel completely balanced, but I'm going to feel much better. And then it becomes a regular in my brain to body connection. It becomes a regular to me and my bodily functions, really. Like I think that's how you would refer to it. But what is it, like your brain to muscle connection? Kind of like how your brain always remembers how to drive once you learn, or just remembers how to do things, or how you know how to get you a cup of water, do like certain motions. taking 5 to 10 minutes to incorporate breathing, shit, making sure you drink more water, taking a moment to be mindful how you feel, all of those things will not bring complete balance, but it brings a wholeness to your everyday life and routine, because it just becomes a normal. It becomes this regular that you cannot live without. At first it's super weird because you're just like constantly reminding yourself to do it, or questioning, am I getting enough time to be mindful? Once it becomes regular, you get it. Number 3, learn to say no. No. I don't even need a voice box changer for that. No. No. Hell no. I'm practicing for myself too, because I thrive off nurturing myself and others. I've been pretty good at telling myself more recently that, hey, no, you don't have to do that. You don't have the time to do it. You really don't want to do it. Don't stress yourself out. You can do it tomorrow. Because most of the time that's stuff I struggle with, or just wanting to get done. I really wish it was like 4 of me, but the harsh reality is there will not ever be 4 of you unless you are a twin, quadruplet, or something. So it's okay that you can't get everything done in a day or in multiple days or something, it's okay. But learning to say no. Balance often means letting go of things that don't serve you. That's all we've been talking about the last couple of episodes. Letting go of things that don't serve you. Letting go of things that don't serve you means no. It means no. Contrary to everybody's belief, saying no does not make you selfish, stuck up, self-centered, careless, oblivious, big-headed. What are some other ones? Careless, bougie. That's my favorite. That's what people love. That has been my favorite for my life. Maybe not my favorite, because I really don't be knowing where it come from. I'm just around the white girl. You know what I mean? I'm just around the white girl. I don't know what it means. But that's my personal favorite. But outside of that, it doesn't make you a bad person. That's the one thing we all have in common. If we don't say yes, I'm going to be judged. We all believe we will be judged if we do not follow through to make other people happy. My personal experience with that, once I got more comfortable with saying no, is people are like, okay. And honestly, one of the things I'm trying to work with, like with my toddler, hey, people, there's only 2 answers, maybe 3, but the big 2, there's only 2 options, yes or no. Never be afraid to ask about something, but also never be able to say no. People are either going to tell you this or that. A lot of times it's just like, okay, let me know when it can work out. Like, let me know when it can fit in your schedule. Let me know when you can help me. Let me know when you have time for it. I've had that response more than I've had the guilt trip that we all expect when we don't say yes. And there's like, is there any power in a yes? Yes. In the ways that we fear not saying yes, there really isn't any power in it, because sometimes it just requires energy that we do not have, or we need to use that energy to put into to something else, or into your own thing, into your own life. You need to put that energy into your life. We're all so bad at that. We're getting better with it, but we all struggle with it. Learning to say no, baby. It's a work. The other thing is, a lot of those things we say yes to, they just, again, they drain the energy that you need to fulfill whatever that is. So don't say yeah. Practice not saying yes as much. Don't over-explain yourself either. Don't feel the need to over-explain yourself, because we all deal with that really bad. I used to say yes to everything, and quite honestly, I don't want to say it left me burnt out, but more so, it's just like always talking about being in places that or wanting to be in places of value, or just having more, really feeling more comfortable saying no to stuff because I don't want to be there. Because what'll happen for me is I just regret I even took my time out for that. So yeah, now I just ask myself, does it align with where I want to be? Sadly, I'm realizing there's a lot of shit that does not align with that, but it's okay. You live and you learn. You live and you learn. Number 4, routine. Routine. From personal experience, because not many people will be able to relate, but not many of them. It took for me to have a kid to even get close to craving balance, because it went from me being able to or having the flexibility, for me to lose the flexibility and have a child, to realize or to crave balance, but then I realized it was more of the routine I was craving. Now, believe it or not, that was a few years ago. 3 to be exact. Because I think a lot of women, if you're not a mom, you sit with your mom friends, whatever, it's very easy to get comfortable being with your baby, being on call for your baby, doing everything that they want and need, and lastly, thinking about yourself. But it's also easy to come up out of that, and it's best that people come up out of that. I try to tell friends, clients, whoever, it's the routine. Fix the routine. Once you fix the routine, you probably feel 1,000 times better. Now, a routine doesn't mean riggedy. It's about creating structure. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it's a little bit. Structure that works for you, your household, yourself, your partner, your family, whoever it is, but mostly for you. Structure that works for you. Block out time for your priorities. Those 3 things that you said are things you want to prioritize. Block time out for them. Make it a permanent thing that's blocked out in your calendar every month. And again, I don't believe balance or life balance is a real thing, because life happens, things change. The only thing constant in life is change. So change with them, change with them. When things go left, don't go with them. Just make it right, bend it right, and figure out how to adjust is a better way to say that. How to adjust. When things go wrong, don't go with them. Don't let it ruin your week, month, or whatever. Don't let the weekend be your weekend. That's my favorite, even though it still be the weekend. But it still be the weekend with a lot of awareness, with much more awareness. Like if I'm gonna go out or something, I'm not saying I'm not gonna be out all night, but maybe I'll stop participating in certain activities a little bit earlier, because I know I have this many things to do, or I know that I'm working towards a goal that I am still on a mission to accomplish. Start with a simple morning or evening routine that sets the tone for your day. Now again, not a 13-step one, but making your bed, washing your face, brushing your teeth, all of those things are the same things. If you sit and read a book in the morning, little things, not 15. If you want to build up a little stress before you start your day, maybe you do try to make time for a 15-step routine. But no, not me. Again, making your bed is enough, because a lot of us don't even do that. Number 5, my favorite: grace over perfection, baby. Grace over perfection. One day at a time. Balance isn't about doing everything perfectly, even though we want it to be. we want it to be so damn perfect. It's about doing what's right or what feels right to you. And what feels right to you is going to again bring that whole feeling, or at least that balanced feeling that you were looking for. And I'm just thinking, again, a lot of times, because I'm on the path with you guys, I am saying these things out loud and I'm reflecting in my brain, which is good sometimes. Most of the time, it just makes me want to go off on a tangent because I just have a lot of thoughts and things that I want to say. Giving yourself permission to rest. Permission and grace are not the same things, but if we had more grace when we were wanting that permission that we seek from others and even ourselves at times, things would be much easier for us. And I think they do go one and the same. Somehow they go one and the same. Giving yourself permission to rest and reminding yourself to rest, because we're all not all of us. For me, I can only speak for myself. Being overly ambitious, or a lot of times when I am getting a moment to rest, I'm constantly thinking of the 50 million things I could do to get me just a little bit further than yesterday. Guilty. There's been, even now after the election, it's like, oh, Black women just rest, blah, 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 blah. And really, when you think about it, us being able to rest is such amazing, or better yet, overlooked aspect of being able to have an off day, being able to rest. Child, really, my favorite thing to show gratitude or express gratitude for is the fact that I don't have to go fetch a pail of water. Would you go fetch a pail of water? Would you go fetch a pail of water? Would you go up the hill like Jack and Jill and go fetch a pail of water? It sounds funny. I can't help. I am a little funny. But seriously, do you have the energy? Is your body in shape enough right now, at this moment, to go catch or fetch a pail of water and bring it back? Supply your family with some water. That water is gone. And now I need to go fetch another pail of water. Do you think you could do that? Because I know I wouldn't. We would all be thirsty. So thirsty. It seems like a joke, but it would. Rest. My point is rest. Enjoy the rest that you have, because we have so much around us that we are not grateful for, that brings us so much overall convenience in our life. Rest. Let that be, if it makes any sense, let that be your reason why you give yourself permission to rest. Grace over perfection. I've said it a few times in the past, but balance is not about things being perfect. It's more so about doing what you feel comfortable with, what makes you feel good, and if it's actually logical, and again, it makes you feel good and it feels right, whatever it is. Don't forget to give yourself or to give yourself permission to reset, recharge, and to change or adjust things as needed. Everything is not going to work, but we also don't know what will or will not work until we try it out. So if it doesn't work out, get it up out of there, try something else. All you can do is try, literally, to give yourself permission for a trial and error. Is going to happen. It's something that you need to accept, and we all need to accept when it comes to life. It really is trial or error. It really is. And even when you think you did something right, or you finally got your schedule, routine, whatever it is, to where you need it to be, I promise you, there is always something. Even if it's a package being delivered, there is something that may challenge this balance that you believed you had up until this took place. So yeah, remember, you're human. You are enough. You are doing enough. And like I always say, it counts as something if you at least just have the awareness that, hey, I don't like this. I want to change this. What can I do to change it? What can I do to fix it? if you have any type of awareness, because so many of us lack it, if you have it, I want to snap. I know if I want to do it, but I want to snap. If you have any type of awareness, little poetic snap for you, because you're on the right path. Even though it may not seem like it may not feel like it's balanced. It may feel like you just need to. You're starting from zero. You're starting from nothing. That may be true. You are already a thousand years ahead of everybody else around you that is still not even aware of what may be their weak points or what changes they may need in their life. Let's go ahead and get into Queen. Yeah. We've made it to the end of the show. Balance is a journey and not a destination. None of this stuff on this journey of self-discovery and wellness, well-being, all of those things, it's not one size fits all. It's not perfect, and it also may bring up a lot of things that you had no idea were, like hiccups in your life or journey. You just didn't even know you had, I don't want to call them problems, but you didn't know you had these traits, and you want to grow out of these traits. You want to change, and we know that they do not serve our future self. Also, one more thing I want to say before we end the show is simply remember that it's the small changes that will become permanent. If you try to bombard yourself with 1,000 things that you're unhappy with and that you want to change, and you think you're going to wake up and say, this is going to be the first day of the rest of my life, and you declare that, a lot of those things might not get done right away. So start small. Personally, I like to think if we make wiser, smaller goals and decisions, or I just like to think if we start small, then it's easier to stay with me. If I start small, it's easier for me to work on implementing things every single day, or just getting myself in a routine. Make the small changes at a pace that works for you so that you can actually stick to these things and actually get them implemented into your everyday life. If you try to bombard yourself with more than you can actually handle, there is no real chance that you might actually complete or change what you have made a priority. Like, you've prioritized too much, and it's probably gonna overwhelm us very much. So we're not gonna do that. We are not going to do that at all. Let me know which tips resonated with you or what you think you might need to work on. Hopefully after this episode you feel more comfortable going after the things that you want, or have a little bit more confidence in prioritizing the things that will bring that wholeness to your life, bring that balance to your life, just create a life that is so much more fulfilling than it may feel at this moment. When we talk about this wellness and well-being thing, remember, you can start little. The little things make the biggest changes in your life. So never forget that, okay? Never forget that. But I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Go ahead and follow me at Soul Plus Grace on Instagram and whatever else. There's also links for this in the description box. But yeah, don't forget to follow at Soul Plus Grace, or follow the podcast, specifically the podcast page at the Soul and Grace Podcast. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Soul and Grace Podcast. I'll see you next week.